why are you saying you're going to pray for me? I wasn't even religious. You didn't even know me like that. Like, go ahead and pack it up because you clearly didn't know me. Like, I look like, I'm trying to say this how I not get canceled. Can we please get back to like the 6-foot COVID rule? Because I'm tired of y'all breathing down on my neck and waiting in line like at HEB, like still loading my stuff on the cart, and I'm not even done yet, Pookie. Like, can you back up?
Welcome back to Kickin with Katelyn.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Kickin' It with Katelyn. Today, I am here with none other than Yesenia. Hey, y'all. How's it going? Okay, doesn't she eat the fuck down? Stop it. Stop it. So today, we are going to be talking about societal norms. We're going to be talking about our favorite new norms and some of our favorite old norms, because we do like some of the older ones. But of course, I will let Yesenia go first. All right, so getting into the new norms, let's talk about maintaining personal space. Can we please get back to like the 6-foot COVID rule? Because I'm tired of y'all breathing down on my neck and waiting in line like at HEB. I'm like still loading my stuff on the cart, and they're just like right there, like with the cart on my ass. And I'm like, I'm not even done yet, Pookie. Like, can you back up? Oh my gosh, I feel that too. Especially like whenever I go like to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross. They're like right there. Yes. And I'm like, I can feel you moving my hair because you are literally that close to me. I will turn around. I am notorious for this. Oh, me too. My mom gets mad at me. She's like, yeah. I'm like, excuse me, can you move back a little bit? I'm like, you're a little too close. Starts coughing like, Lord, because I can't. I can't either. I have. It gives me anxiety. Because I'm like, why are you so close to me? Are you going to do something to me? Yeah. And this sounds ridiculous, but it's not. Because we're women. We're women. So it's like, everything is a threat. No, whenever you're out in public. I agree. And you know what bothers me even more is like people reaching right in front of you as you're like looking at something. Because of course, I mean, I'll like move out of the way, but it's happened one too many times where I'm like right there, like about to grab something, and someone's just like, here's my hand, and right there in front of me. And I'm like, I'm like, did you just do that right now? Like, no, excuse me, no, nothing. Yes. I've never had anyone do that to me. Yeah, I'm like, the entitlement is crazy. And I'll be real quick to be like, excuse you. And then they'll just get a do a little. And I'm like, wow. I will too. And not a lot of people, but someone may be thinking in their head like, oh, it's because Austin is a diverse place. It's growing. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no. I don't give a fuck. Get away from me. Right. Because like, I mean, it's still like, I mean, this is going to hit into one of our other topics about manners, but like, I mean, come on now. Were you raised by fucking wolves? Say excuse me. Like, shit. I know, why is it so hard? Yeah, I don't get it at all. Okay. Next on the docket. For me, I wish that people would respect each other's pronouns. I am like going to be very simple with this. It's not a law. It's not a law to respect people's pronouns. Yeah. But it's just like, okay, say you don't want to respect people's pronouns. Okay. Oh, your name is Sarah. Well, I'm going to call you Sarah because that's your name. Why don't pronouns work the same way? Yeah, I agree. It just doesn't make sense. It's literally such a silly topic. Like if someone wants to be called he, him, and you don't think they're a he, him, what does it matter to you? Right. Also, if you're against pronouns, just call everyone they, them. Yeah. You already do it. It's not that hard. I agree with that. I don't know. I feel like it's easy for me to introduce myself and be like, hi, I'm Yesenia. My pronouns are she, her. And then that opens the door for other people to be like, oh, my pronouns are, you know, they, them, or he, him, you know, whatever. And then it's like, okay, we can go off of that. And then I'll remember that. Like, it's literally that easy. And I don't know. I don't get why people are so against wanting to learn about other pronouns either. Like, of course, yes, there is like quite a list of them, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't take the time to understand someone's pronouns or, you know, you don't even have to get into sexuality. Like, it's literally just what they want to be called, and that's that. It's just like a name. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like so tired of it. Also because they're a minority group of people who prefer specific pronouns. Like, I look like, I'm trying to say this how I not get canceled. Like, let me take a moment, actually.
Okay, first of all, I am an ally. I advocate for people to do what they want, be called whatever they want. That's that. I go by she, her. I look like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The societal idea that I look like a woman.
Yeah.
If someone calls me he, him, okay. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing.
Like, why? I'm also trying to play devil's advocate. Like, if you are specifically wanting to be called a certain pronoun and you haven't made it clear to someone.
Right.
And then they call you something else. There's no need to get aggressive about that. You could just say, okay, actually, those are my pronouns. Now, if they don't abide by that, if they don't respect it, then you get crunk. And I'm going to be there with you.
Fuck it.
But,
yep.
But yeah, that's just my first one.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like some people do get a little bit too aggressive with that. But I guess getting into our next one, wearing a mask whenever you're sick. Okay.
That was mine too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So no, it's so funny because the things that you listed, I'm like, you and I literally same exact mentality with that because, okay, I even wear one whenever I'm not sick. Like, you know, I mean, I work in an optometrist office and I also, you know, just have a background in healthcare and I can't stand whenever these people be bringing in their kids and they're all hacking and stuff. And I'm like, y'all are here to get glasses and or contacts. Like, why are you coming in here sick? You know, it's not that big of a deal to just reschedule your appointment or, you know, come in at a later time and whatnot. But I myself am like, no, let me go ahead and just pop a mask on, protect myself. And then the other people, they're just like, whatever. And I'm like, I can't afford to get sick, like not with school.
Truly though, and I don't understand, like, it's not a liberal thing to put on a mask.
Yeah.
Like, you're just protecting yourself. Everywhere else in the world already does it. So I'm like, what's the big deal? Genuinely, if after the whole COVID thing, I don't understand why people haven't picked that up and it's not a common practice, because it's not.
Right.
And I know we live in a red state.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in a blue part of the state. So
we do.
Shout out Austin.
Yeah, period. Because, whew.
But I mean, we
still tough
have
out here.
those like country hicks around us.
Yeah.
Predominantly in this area that we're in.
Yeah.
And they choose to be like anti-mask. And I'm like, it doesn't fall into politics. Just wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have sympathy and empathy for other people. And a lot of people lack that. And I think that's one of our biggest problems. But that's not what we're talking about. I just think that it's courteous to wear a mask for other people. Because you don't know who's going home to someone sick. Or someone who... People got shit going on.
Yeah. Well, that's even like myself. Like, I'm immunocompromised. Lord, a long word. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit. Immunocompromised. I don't have a spleen. Like, okay, really short story. Back in like 2018, I had basically had a tumor that was like this big. It was huge. Probably like the size of a grapefruit. And it was attached to my spleen and my pancreas. So they took out my spleen and a third of my pancreas. And then boom, she immunocompromised. So wear your fucking mask, please.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Okay, well, wearing a mask is one of mine too. But this is probably going to piss some old people off who are watching
Brace yourselves.
I love the fact that the younger generation is calling out of work at these bigger companies.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot me now.
Mm-hmm.
I do know, and I also understand, like, we used to work at the same place together. It sucks whenever someone calls out. Mm-hmm. But you have to keep in mind you work for big businesses and they don't give a fuck about you.
Yep, that part.
You should not be... It should not be... God damn it. You should not feel bad for calling out of work because you're sick or you just don't feel like you can perform. If you can't perform, then don't come. Because you being there and not being able to perform is just going to piss me off more.
Right.
So just stay home.
Yep, I agree with that. Because, like, sometimes it's like you're not even sick. You have, you know, mental health days that you just need to take for yourself and just kind of recollect and everything. Or even if you are sick or shit happens, like, go ahead and call out. It's going to save everybody, so.
It will. And also, this life is so short.
Mm-hmm.
If you have this awesome opportunity arise, like, say you got tickets to something for free.
Right.
It's one day.
Yeah.
One day. You should do it. Also, the older generations, you should do it too. Mm-hmm. You should do it, and then you probably won't hate us for doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's freaking awesome, and it's better for everyone if you just do it at least once or twice in your life. Perfect attendance doesn't mean shit to anyone but you.
I get it whenever you're late, like here and there, but like a no call, no text, you're like 30 minutes late. Okay, it happens once, that's fine. But if it keeps happening, like at that point, it's just disrespectful, you know?
It is.
Yeah, and I feel like people have just gotten way too comfortable with just showing up late. Not even in like just a workplace, but you know, hanging out and stuff. I feel like being early is on time, you know?
Yes.
Because like, why would I show up right on the dot? Or, which, I mean, that's fine. Like, okay, y'all don't come for me, but that's fine. But if you're going to be late, like at least just send a quick text or call me and like, it's fine. But don't feed me bullshit either, you know?
I hate that in Austin you could use, I was stuck in traffic for every little situation. Yeah. First of all, bitch, I know where you live.
Right?
No traffic.
Yeah, I'm watching your low.
And I think that people are probably like, it's not that big of a deal. But like, as someone, I know you're very much like this too. As someone who plans their whole day around a specific item that we've already had in our agenda like weeks in advance, it's highly disrespectful because we want to sleep in. Yeah. We want to take the extra time to do our makeup too. But you know what? We've made time for you so that we can be there early and that we can calm ourselves down before we do it. And by the time we're done and early, we actually don't want to go. And then for you to say, oh, I'm not going to be there until such and such time. The disrespect is insane because you go through so many hoops to avoid that. And that's the part that pisses me off. I
really do agree, especially with someone who has a crammed schedule. I mean, if you know how it is, then like, why are you being that way? It doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, like I said, coming back to the send a text or call me, girl, because like, damn, you know, I barely get time to myself. So me taking time out of my day or my week and planning this, I mean, come on, like, girl, just be on time, please. Just be on time.
It'll help all of us.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I want to switch to the older societal norms.
Yes, let's get into it.
These are the parts that you are probably going to disagree with us on. But we got our own opinions. I'm going to start this one off. I think that places need to bring back the dress code.
Yeah.
Because I am tired of it. You know what? Your body, your choice. Yes, I agree with that. I'm a big, choices should be made by yourself. Yeah. But if we're in a place with little kids, like water parks, you should not be wearing a thong bikini to a water park.
Thank you. Because I'll be real quick to be like.
Right. And then half of the internet is like, why are you looking at them? But the other half of the internet is like, you should be looking at them. They should be kicked out.
Yeah.
It's decency too.
Time and place, people.
That's the biggest thing. And I will die on that hill. Time and place. If this gets highlighted, they're gonna be like, well, it's because you don't like your body and you're just scared to shut yourself off. I'm not scared.
Girl, please.
I'm not scared, but I got the decency to know that Uncle Joe doesn't need to be seeing my damn near naked body at a family event.
Exactly. I don't even know how people can just feel comfortable doing that.
No.
I mean, I'm always thinking of like, okay, like, am I going to wear this and that? Well, who's going to be there? There you go. Because no, thank you. I don't need everybody seeing my goodies. I don't need to see them. Like,
right. But you know what? Like, if you want to wear that to Las Vegas, that's totally fine.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a perfect setting for that.
No, genuinely, because that's all adults. Like, it's 21 and up.
Yeah.
And I'm very much fuck them kids.
Yeah.
But also, they're children. So we need to be understanding of the point where like there are going to be children here or there's going to be relatives or important family members here, your grandma, grandpa, whatever. They don't need to be seeing all of that. Time and place.
That part. Read the room, people. Read the fucking room. All right, well, I guess we'll get into respecting your elders. Y'all are probably going to hate me for this shit because I know some of y'all are old school, but come on, baby, it's 2025. I just don't feel like if the respect is, the respect should go both ways and not just one way just because someone's older than me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
I think healthcare especially ruins that for the both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. It really does. I'm like, I don't even want to get into the specific healthcare aspect of it, but
It's disgusting.
It really is, because it's like at the end of the day, we're all a team.
Yeah.
You know, so why do you think just because you're like 20 years older than me that like we can't just communicate like regular people in a respectful manner? There's no need for the attitude and like, like what are we doing?
You're old enough to know better.
Yeah.
No, that shit be pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of my old norms that I like is whenever people say bless you.
Yeah.
Like, I do like that, but I myself am not religious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do I say? Because I don't want to say bless you, because I do not want them to think I'm a Christian woman. That's my biggest fear, probably.
Right.
But like, I'm about to start telling people like, oh, good sneeze.
That part, because girl, if that's what works for you. Because I was thinking hard about that too, and I'm like, damn, like what do we say to them, you know?
Literally. And this is like so random and off topic, but like a lot of like hope core comes from like religion and whatnot.
Yeah.
I also don't know how to handle stuff whenever people die.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, I'm praying for you. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. This is so random. Right. I'm sorry.
No, because like, damn. Yeah, like, I don't know. What would you say to that? Like, you know, you're passed away and your spirit is like looking over them and you're like, bitch, why are you saying you're going to pray for me? I wasn't even religious. You didn't even know me like that. Like, go ahead and pack it up because you clearly didn't know me. Like, what?
I'm just like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I'll be here if you need anything. And that's the extent of what I tell people whenever they lose someone, because I am not going to be praying for anyone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Like, sorry, I won't forget you, Pookie. And
just took us on a side quest real quick.
Right, yeah.
Throw us another old norm.
Okay, this is another one that you hit on. Chewing. The chewing. No, because that drives me fucking nuts. How hard is it to just chew with your mouth closed, y'all? Be doing all that extra slurping and all that too. And I'm like, why? Like,
no, literally. I have this. Okay, so in my podcasting class, they're most likely going to watch this. I don't give a fuck.
You're like, I'm talking about you. You know you are.
It's like at the end of the day, right? Like at 5:30, I want to say. I'm not really sure. I just show up.
Yeah, so kind of around like dinner time-ish.
Yes. And it's predominantly old people. And so, you know, there are a lot of very religious people in there.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about people's allergies or anyone else's preferences and pronouns and whatnot. And so, like, I know in our generation, like, we are all aware that, like, nut allergies exist and they're very prominent in our age group. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't have it.
Bust out some sun butter, y'all.
No, everyone knows one person with, like, a severe nut allergy.
Yeah.
So these people are opening this big-ass bag of peanuts, and they're just like... One sits in front of me, and the other one sits, like, to the left of me. This same guy will drink his coffee and burp with his mouth open. When I tell you, I have so much self-control to not turn around and say something. And I already told my professor, I was like, if you don't correct him, I'm going to do it, and it's not going to be cute. Yeah. Because, like, I've already held it in a lot. This is for anything that I ever tell anyone. I've already held it in. I'm trying to stay cordial for the public, you know? Right. But once I get to that point where I cannot hold it in, that's going to be nasty. It's going to be rude, and I'm going to look terrible. But they made me feel that way. So I'm going to say it. Oh, my gosh. He sits there, and he's like... And then he's like...
Oh, no. No. And okay, so you said this person sits like kind of in front of you?
One sits in front of me and another one sits behind me. There's two.
They might as well sit in the very back doing all that extra shit because, like, come on, y'all. Common courtesy, too. Like, that shit's so distracting.
It is. And I'm like, do you not understand that there's other people in here? Right. I'm about to say, I'm sorry, I have a nut allergy.
Yeah, just be over here blowing up, acting like you're blowing up, like, yeah, I'm getting itchy.
I see, but I'm scared that they wouldn't care. Because they didn't care to begin with. Yeah. No, but this whole I almost put in my earplugs because I carry earplugs with me everywhere. My favorite ones are loops. I have 2 different kinds.
Okay, period. Put us on.
I have the loop quiet ones for reading. Those are my favorite one. And then I have the loop engage, which is just like you can hear stuff, but you can't hear everything.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I like those. It brings them down a little bit of a decibel. And I'm like, I like these.
Yeah.
I wear them during concerts too. But man, like, I wear them around my grandma too. I guess she don't know how to chew with her mouth closed.
Oh my God.
One time she clocked me. She was like, "Are you putting in earplugs?" And I said, "Yes."
You're like, I have to just keep my sanity.
Right. And my mom, she knows.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh gosh, like this is gonna be bad."
Right.
But like, yeah. Sorry, I'm taking over your topic. My fault.
No. It's fine. Like, I mean, I completely agree with everything that you said. Like, I just remember being in class one day and this girl right in front of me busted open a big ass new bag of H-E-B kettle cooked jalapeno chips. Yes, I remember the chips. Busted open the whole fucking bag, is sitting in the very front row, and she's just munching away. And I'm like, and I wasn't the only one who was like, you know? So It's like other people are noticing. Even the professor called her out. She was like, "Oh, you're just gonna open a big bag of chips, huh?"
Yeah.
And we were like, girl, go ahead and sit in the back and do that, or like wait until we go on break, because I mean they were pretty lenient with breaks, but there was that. And then there's other times she's like busting out bell peppers or cutting open an avocado and just smacking on it and stuff, and I'm like, girl, let's get through the lecture.
Ugh.
Yeah, sick.
As a kid, I liked whenever people would eat snacks in class, but like now as an adult, I'm like,
yeah,
why are you eating in here?
Yeah.
It sounds really prissy, but like, I'm trying to focus.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's why when I know I have to snack, I try to pick the quieter ones, or even like Tupperware that I can open quietly and stuff that whenever I'm chewing, it's not very loud. And I usually even ask the people beside me, like, am I being distracting, or like, you know, is this going to bother you? They're like, no, it's fine. So, I mean, can even just be as simple as that, as asking people like,
really,
am I going to distract you or whatever? And if the person says yes, and okay, go sit in the back, have your snack, and then go back to wherever you were sitting.
It's common courtesy.
Yeah.
Which isn't not common anymore. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. The munching really be killing me, though.
Damn. You know, honestly, manners was a really big one for me. Like, I know that people are like, I kind of talked about this in my last episode, but the baddie movement, I think, shaped a lot of the way that women operate and run. And I know that we're very strong individuals and we should be able to do what we want and say what we want. Yeah. But I do think that you need to remind yourself that we're also adults and you should have manners. Yeah. And the lack of manners is spreading to the younger generations, and they are despicable. I cannot stand these children because they're so rude.
I'm right there with you. I agree.
They're so rude. But the people who they're, you know, watching grow up, their mothers. Yeah. They're ugly too. Yeah. Like, manners, I think, are very much lacking. We all know men are apeshit disgusting. Right. So, so I'm not talking about them now.
But seeing the kiddos is like, damn. Like, you should be the one setting the example for your kids. You should be the one correcting them. Like, I mean, for example, and with me working, I've had kids come to the back and I'm like, how's your day going today? And I get a just like blank stare. And I'm like, you doing okay today? And they're like, just staring. And I'm like, okay, you can't even say hello. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's different if they have some kind of disability and whatnot. But no, these are most like normal kids. Yeah. So I can't with that shit. And then on top of that, how the parents don't correct them and they're like, you know, say hi or whatever. And I'm like, you literally see your kids being rude as fuck. Or even just the attitude. Oh, the attitude be killing me. I'm like, I'm asking you simple questions. Like, if you're wearing your glasses at home, this and that, you know, basic stuff. And they get snippy with me and the parents don't say anything. So
I don't like that because I also agree that people should not parent other people's children.
Right.
That's not something that I want to do. That's not something I think anyone else should do.
Period.
But I do think that people need to start talking to the parents about children's behaviors. Yes. Not telling them what to do, but like, hey, like, this is not going to go. And this is why I can't be a parent.
Yeah, you're like, can't do it.
I'll be despicable. But like, even whenever I've ever gone out to like a park to study or something, like, these kids are disgusting to each other and neither one of their parents correct them.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine my kid getting into a fight with someone else and then the other parent's just like what?
No, I can't with that. Like, even just sitting at one of my brother's basketball games and I'm hearing all these kids cussing and throwing all these words and shit, and they're like 10, 11, 12 years old. And that N-word be flying out from people who are not black. Yeah. And I actually made eye contact with the kid because I was like I made it very apparent. Like, that made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he was just like looking at me like, and I'm like, yeah, watch your mouth, because why are you talking like that? Literally. And let alone at a basketball game in front of all these people, just airing it out. And I'm like, okay, but would you be talking that way if your parents were here? And maybe they would, but I don't agree with that either.
And you know what? A lot of them probably would, because a lot of that shit starts at home.
Yep, it sure does.
So I'm like, maybe if you showed your children that manners are good to have, or you correct people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I agree.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Please comment your favorite old societal norms and your new ones. Yes. I want to know. I'm curious. We're going to both be reading them. So let a girl know. But Yesenia, do you want to plug yourself real quick?
Sure. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Yesenia. It's YESENIA.2131 on IG.
that was good as fuck. Okay,
Thank you.
Can you say mine? I'm just
kidding. I'm like, wait, what's your username?
All right, guys. So you know where to find me on TikTok and on Instagram at kickinitw.Katelyn. You've already watched this whole video through. You're gonna come back for the next one. Just subscribe and also like the video. Let us know that we're cute. But again, subscribe. I want to try to make it to 100 subscribers. So we are actually really close. I think the last time I checked, we're damn near at 80. So if all the people who are watching from Yesenia,
yes, come on, guys, we got to get her there. She's almost
there. If you subscribe,
there. Yes,
there's at least gonna be 20 of y'all. We gonna be at 100, and then I can keep bringing cool people on. So
hell yeah,
yeah. No more rambling, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.